Welcome to Innovation Dialogue. I'm Diana Ding. Welcome to Innovation Dialogue. I'm Diana Ding, and today we are with Benjamin Gu, and we're going to talk about cryptocurrency clearing solution. So Ben, and tell us, what is this cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency is just a general saying about like crypto coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And all these coins are traded on many exchanges. Right now, there are problems with existing cryptocurrency exchanges because they are all centralized, they are all combined together. The trading, clearing, settlement, and the custodian services are all combined in one platform. And that has a lot of problems, security problems that may lead to the theft of these digital assets. So what we are trying to do is that we are going to provide a clearing solution for all these exchanges. Basically, we'll let these exchanges focus on trading, and we are going to do the clearing work for all of them. And we are going to use blockchain technology, in other words, distributed ledger technology, to do clearing for these exchanges. And
yes, we're talking about blockchain. Is really the very hot topic, especially last year and this year. So many people are really excited about it. And some people said blockchain enabled the endless possibility. But some people said, oh, it's just a bubble. So today we're going to talk about this, actually the blockchain used on this cryptocurrency clearing solution.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I like many people. I originally from China. I did my undergraduate study in China, and then moved to US to did my graduate study. I got my MBA from UT Austin in '97. At the time, the internet was growing very fast, so I selected the combined field of information technology and finance, because I believe that the internet has a lot of power to change the business. So that's why I chose that field. And I worked, and then I worked in the Options Clearing Corporation for 5 years. That company did the clearing for all the options traded in the US. During that time, there were 5 options exchanges, and we were the only clearing house for all these 5 exchanges. So I worked there for 5 years. And then I moved to China to work in a securities brokerage firm in China. In 2008, I was responsible for the IT work there. I worked there for almost 6 years. So I have a professional experience in both US and the Chinese securities industry. So at the beginning of 2016, I first got to know blockchain. And I immediately realized that this was like the second chance since the internet.
Why you think it's a second chance for the internet?
Well, let me explain blockchain for a little bit first. Well, it is also called a distributed ledger technology. Basically, if both of us do a transaction, we'll have we'll share one ledger. So you keep your booking, I keep my booking, and we share the same ledger. And both of us use the same ledger to record this transaction. But right now, the computing paradigm is different. Because if you are a seller on Amazon, I'm a buyer on Amazon. Amazon did the booking for both of us. So if there's anything wrong with Amazon's booking and our transaction cannot go through correctly. With distributed ledger technology or blockchain technology, we both of us do transactions directly, and we did our own booking. So this is This is paradigm different from existing computing paradigm. So I realized that with the implementation of blockchain technology, it's all the many intermediate many intermediaries will be disintermediate, like would be get rid of.
I believe that based on your experience and you are in this industry for so many years, and that's why you're doing the clearing solution. But based on what you've been doing in this industry, what is the problem? What is the problem you try to solve?
That's a very good question. And that's why I like to use blockchain technology to address this problem. Right now, among all the cryptocurrency exchanges, they all combine services together: trading, clearing, settlement, asset custodian. They all combine it together. The problem with this is that it can have many fraudulent things, like customers' assets can be stolen. The exchange can do many things that it shouldn't be doing. And with blockchain technology, we do not need the exchange to keep our asset. Based if like both of us trade buy and sell cryptocurrency, we'll just like we do our trade and exchange, but the trade exchange does not do clearing anymore, and the clearing will be the change between currency and cryptocurrency will be done on the blockchain directly between two of us. So, and we hold our asset on our own account on the blockchain. The exchange does not hold our asset anymore. So this does away the fraud or theft problems that have been occurring in exchanges in the past few years.
Actually, you know, people worrying about their money may be stolen by someone on this blockchain because they may figure out the password, right? Then how do you keep this safe?
Well, it's very hard to steal something from blockchain because on the blockchain, for each wallet there's a private key, and if you have your own private key, nobody has access to it. Then nobody can move asset from your wallet. And another thing about a blockchain is, if you yourself lose your private key, and your asset will be locked in your wallet forever.
So what about if I lost my key? If someone lost the private key, so that means you lost the whole money or something?
That's right. With the current technology, it will be your asset will be like frozen, so to speak, in your wallet on the blockchain. But our solution addresses this problem. We are breaking a private key into three parts. One part, some parts have to be used together to access the asset in your wallet. And we keep one part locked on the blockchain. It's a recovery mechanism. So in case you lose your part of private key, you can still retrieve that, the stored part on the blockchain and use that part combined with the third part on the wallet server. Use two subkeys to unlock your asset on in your wallet. So we provide a safe mechanism, a better one than the current one.
Well, currently, I believe that there are so many technologies, right? Why you use blockchain to do the clearing solution, not other technologies?
For a clearinghouse, to do clearing, a clearinghouse has to rely a lot on its reputation to use, and it uses a centralized system to do clearing. And so all the data comes to the clearinghouse, and the clearinghouse will do the booking and matching, and it is responsible for delivering access between different accounts, so between basically trading parties. So it has to rely a lot on the clearinghouse itself. But with blockchain, the technology itself is responsible for making sure the account has its money, and another account has its currency. So we rely on technology to do the clearing and settlement. We do not rely on the clearinghouse reputation to guarantee the objectivity and the truthfulness of a clearing. So nobody, you don't have to trust us as an organization, but you can trust let the technology to do all the work, to do the work right. So
you called your company the DAEX Foundation, right? DAEX Foundation sounds like a non-profit organization or something. Why you call yourself foundation?
Well, it is a foundation. Basically, our solution is going to be an open source one, and we have to develop this solution. We have to select the right blockchain underlying framework. We have to develop all the necessary components like the wallet to make sure the all pieces work together. So it has we have to spend the resources to, so to speak, to develop this clear solution. So we are basically it's like a crowd sale. We are seek help from the community to help us to finish this product. And after we develop this solution, it can be used by the community. So it's like multiple people participating in this, and the benefits is also shared by multiple people and organizations.
Yeah, that's
by
right.
the community.
It's interesting that like people from the different places all over the world are working on the platform, and they share the benefit from this, right?
That's right.
So currently, who is your competitor? Who's doing the similar thing as what do you do?
There are some people, they are doing this in one way or another, maybe a different way. It's and the industry just started, so it's at the very beginning. So really, there are not many people doing the same thing as we are doing. Besides, clearing is a very small subfield. Not many people are familiar with clearing work. They do not know how clearing is done, how the settlement is done correctly, and particularly when derivatives are concerned, it is more difficult for people to do. Plus, it's not that interesting in comparison with other things like trading.
Yeah, the blockchain
trading. So not many people are doing this. So like I said, I worked on the options clearing corporation for 5 years. So I know this business pretty well. So me and my team, we can do this better than other teams. And plus, it's also very good for the industry because we are helping the industry to grow on a more solid foundation.
When you're talking about this industry, do you think that this technology, blockchain, is going to disrupt this industry, financial, even fintech industry? What do you see the future in 5 or even 3 years?
Well, definitely it's going to disrupt not only this industry, but in many other aspects of our life, like the banking industry, securities industry, of course, and also the organizations, the people, how people work together. And specifically in the securities industry, many intermediate organizations will not be needed anymore. Their role will be changed dramatically. Lots of their current work will be done by blockchain technology. Because with blockchain technology, people do business directly with each other. We do not have to go through securities
and everything.
Banks, securities brokerage, exchange, clearinghouse. We do not need all these even lawyer, accountant, those kind of things. And we can just work directly with each other. So all these intermediaries will be gone. So it will change the securities industry dramatically.
Well, you see what happened to Bitcoin. Actually, it's up and down just so dramatically. So many people are really worried and afraid of this. And so what do you see the future of Bitcoin?
I'm a believer in cryptocurrency and in Bitcoin. When you look back at the beginning of the internet industry, at the beginning, in the early stages, it also went up and down. But just in the long run, it kept going up, right? So just like I think cryptocurrency industry and Bitcoin is just like that. At the beginning, not many people use it, so it goes up, and also it met a great resistance from organizations, governments. So it's more dramatic than the internet industry. So it goes up and down. But I think in the long run, right now with so many governments accepting it, with so many organizations accepting it, so it's going to be widely used, widely adopted. So its trend is to keep will keep going up.
You mentioned about the government or the people believe in it. I feel it's really built up on the people's belief, right? Built on how many people believe in this.
That's right.
So the value actually goes up and down. It's really according to people's belief. It's not really according to the true value.
I think, I agree with the first part and not the second part. I think it's based on people's belief, but I also think people's belief is built on a solid foundation, because everybody knows that there are like 21 billion bitcoins in total, and it cannot be increased anymore. So the supply is finite. So it's used as a currency. The value of a single coin will keep going up. So nobody can increase its supply. So in that sense, it's very good as a currency, because it's going to be stable and it cannot be supplied anymore. So people's belief in Bitcoin is built on a solid foundation.
Solid foundation. Well, so talking about your company and cryptocurrency cleaning solution, so what is your solid foundation?
We are believers in technology. We are going to use blockchain technology to provide this solution. And we believe the technology will do a lot of work. We do not need people to interfere in this process. The technology will make sure the clearing and the settlement is right, make sure the customer's assets are properly stored and will not be embezzled.
How to make sure? How the technology to make sure?
Specifically, we use the smart contract technology on the blockchain to do that. Once two parties enter into a smart contract, the contract cannot be changed, and it will keep going. It will execute based on the pre-programmed logic in the smart contract. So just like a
you mean the contract cannot be changed, right? But if like hacker wants to just access and change the contract, is that possible?
No, technically no. Once unless there are some loopholes that left for hackers to hack into it, but usually it not be hacked. Once the contract is signed by both parties or more parties involved, and it will just execute by the pre-programmed logic in it.
If there's some strong opinion leader, because I believe it's a group of people, it's like community, and many people believe in this. But what if there's an opinion leader and change some people's opinion, and like group of people working on that? Is that possible?
Change people's opinion on blockchain, saying that it's not
good,
cannot be used?
They can build up they can do something that change the platform.
That's
foundation. It's possible.
That's pretty normal. I think it's been going on all the time. People who advocate for Bitcoin, people who are opposed to it, particularly from established organizations. But this is a trend. It cannot be stopped.
This is a trend and cannot be stopped. So what like people like us, anticipate this change and be a part of this blockchain trend.
Join us.
How can anyone join you? How can people join you?
Well, I'm just joking. I think as an asset, people can start buying some cryptocurrencies that have been widely used, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum. Use it as like an asset, a wealth management instrument, and keep a small proportion of your disposable income buying these crypto assets. And then, as with the value keep appreciating, and then you will have your wealth will keep appreciating. That's my advice for most people.
So, talking about your company and how fast it will grow, and what's your business model?
We are going to develop this DAEX solution, open clear solution based on technology first, and then we are going to provide this service to cryptocurrency exchanges, and with more and more exchanges using our service, the community will keep growing. The cryptocurrency industry will be built on a more solid foundation, because clearing and trading are separated, and clearing is based on blockchain technology, and the technology guarantees the correctness of clearing and settlement.
Wow, it's lots of information about cryptocurrency clearing solution, right?
Yeah.
So today we talk with Benjamin about this, and so this is called Innovation Dialogue. So for your opinion, what is innovation in 1 or 2 sentences? What's your definition?
Do something different from and more useful, more effective than the current way we are doing things.
Do something useful and more efficient than the current way of doing that.
It doesn't have to be like a paradigm shift change like blockchain, but many small things they are innovative as long as they can improve our lives.
Yeah, exactly. Just be open, right?
Let's be open.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Ben.
No problem. My pleasure.